Welcome to QS Waves, the podcast series bringing you bite-sized, easy-to-digest episodes packed with marketing insights and tips. Here at Quality Solicitors, we're dedicated to helping law firms grow through exceptional services. In this series, we're diving deep into the world of marketing, offering you expert advice on everything from SEO to campaign management and much more. If you enjoy what you hear and want to learn more about how we can help your firm grow, visit us at www.growwithqs.com. And if you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to us at marketing@qualitysolicitors.com. I'm Damien Reid, Head of Marketing at Quality Solicitors, and today I'm joined by Scott Younger, Marketing Account Manager, and our special guest, Nida Salim, Digital Marketing Specialist. In this episode, we're diving into the topic that's transforming how law firms connect with clients. How to get more conveyancing inquiries. We'll explore proven strategies to attract new leads, from optimizing your website and boosting local SEO to using targeted PPC campaigns and content marketing. Plus, we'll share tips on leveraging Google My Business and other insights to drive consistent inquiries. Whether you're looking to enhance your digital presence or simply want to improve your marketing efforts, this episode will provide you with the actionable insights you need. Scott, Nida, welcome. That was a very long intro. I appreciate you waiting. How are you both doing?
Well, thank you so much, Damien, for inviting me. And I am excited to be here and sharing the insights regarding the conveyancing services today.
Yep, and similarly, I'm honored to be here as usual. But great to be here. Thanks, Damien.
No problem at all. So we are talking about how to get more conveyancing inquiries. We've got a lot to discuss, so we're going to try and whip through this as quickly as possible. So we are going to first off focus on the importance of digital presence, and we are talking about Google rank positioning, content, and also paid advertisement. Nida, if you could sort of kick things off for us, what are some of the factors that firms need to consider when trying to rank on Google or Bing?
Sure, Damien. So, as we know, in today's digital landscape, a strong online presence is essential for conveyancing services to attract and engage potential clients effectively. First impressions are largely shaped by the quality of the firm website, social media presence, even the website design, and it makes it crucial that each digital touchpoint convey professionalism and expertise. So I think a prominent Google ranking is also a key, as potential clients often turn to search engines like Google or Bing first whenever they're seeking services. So to improve visibility and optimize digital marketing strategy should focus on positioning a firm within the top search result for relevant keywords. This basically ensures the firm is easily discoverable and regarded as a trustworthy option. If we're talking about the optimizing in the website, then I would say that content plays a vital role in building credibility and helping potential clients understanding complex topics. So informative topics like guides, blogs, and videos can help clients. It can help address his clients' common questions, fostering a sense of trust and value in the firm expertise before meeting your client, before giving any kind of consultation. Of course, in addition to website, SEO, optimizing website, PPC paid advertisement is also really important. It provides immediate visibility and capture leads by targeting clients actively searching for convincing services. So paid ads basically paired with well-crafted landing pages drive interested clients directly to the firm site that actually results into higher conversion rate. So yes, I think the combination of both PPC and highly optimized website for SEO is really good towards having good convincing leads.
Fantastic. Thank you, Nida. Scott, you may as well go home.
Okay, so yeah, in terms of I think it's very important.
Oh, sorry, I was just joking. Scott, we obviously we've talked about, Google, or Nida's sort of mentioned in an overview, Google ranking positioning, and different types of content, and also paid advertisement. Are these the only things that firms can look at when trying to get in new conveyancing inquiries?
Well, I think it's also important to make sure that the content on your website is sort of relevant to the sort of questions that people who are looking for conveyancing services have. So, for instance, a first-time buyer will have quite a lot of questions about the process in general. So I think it's good to make sure that you're sort of creating sort of organic content that chimes with those sort of questions. So sort of FAQs, guides, things like that, sort of that are tackling head on the sort of questions. And also, in terms of, obviously, if you're a firm that's constantly helping people with the conveyancing journey, you're going to be well, the sort of the fee earners in your firm are going to be well aware of the sort of questions that typically people have going into that process. So so you've got all the expertise you need in terms of creating those sort of written pieces to go on your website to sort of help demystify those key parts of the conveyancing journey. And by having that as well, you've got content that answers questions. So if people are searching with these questions, they might find your firm. And then if you've got some nice call to actions at the bottom that are sort of inviting them to get in touch, for instance, if they've got any questions, or if you think that you might be able to help them, it's great to have those sort of call to actions at the bottom of those pieces. So then you are creating content that's not only useful, but it helps convert as well. It has that sort of hook involved in it as well. I think it's creating, I think, relevant, strong content that is populated in the sort of keywords that you're looking to rank for as well.
It's incredibly important to have that strong online presence. Through our own studies, we've discovered that 8 out of 10 people find a firm via online channels. The legal sector is probably one of the few industries and sectors where people don't necessarily find a firm by the name of a firm. They find it via an inquiry, and they're looking for an answer. So it's incredibly important to be able to have that information in front of them, whether it's via a paid advert, whether it's through content, or whether it's through, ranking on your preferred search engine. So let's move on to optimizing a website, because that's one of the first things that someone's going to see, right? When they click through a link, however they find that link, they click through, they get through to that site. So, Nida, how would someone, and that was a very complex subject, so try and keep it as simple as possible for our listeners, but how would someone go about converting or optimizing a website? So I suppose specifically, let's talk about converting new inquiries.
I think in this way, landing pages are really important. We already talk about ranking keywords. So once a user click on the keyword, they land to a landing page, and landing pages are crucial for converting visitors, and actually making the landing page service specific is a really good move. And I would recommend that tailoring each service to pay to a service like conveyancing, or property solicitor or housing solicitor, and using those specific keywords is essential for user relevance. So I would say that local SEO is also where depends on these landing pages. For example, if there is a national firm that is having their services in number of cities, then they can create tailored a landing page, for example, conveyancing solicitor in London, and add a unique touch or local touch in their landing page, include their towns or regions or famous landmarks, and including these local identities in the content like title, in the metadata, have these pages rank better in local searches. So I would say that quality content on each landing page can really set it apart, and we can include a guide or FAQ, not only inform but to encourage visitor to take action to those pages. And even we can add a downloadable resources is also a great way to capture leads. We have seen a number of websites that are actually adopting an email with a downloadable link downloadable to our guide, FAQs, or even schedule a consultation. It's a win-win situation where a company or a law firm got the email address of a potential client, and the potential client got the guide of he's looking for. So I think including these kind of elements in the landing page results in a better ranking.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of things to consider there, of course. Now, of course, a website isn't just the only way in which someone can find your firm. They could be looking at Google My Business, where, if you're looking for a restaurant, for instance, you would probably be looking through Google My Business rather than just going through the Google search results trying to find a restaurant. Again, unless you're looking for it via name. But if you're looking for a pizzeria, a Chinese restaurant, something like that, you're probably going to go through Google rankings, Google My Business rankings, to find that business. So, Scott, what are some of the things that firms need to consider when looking at just Google My Business as a whole?
Well, I think it's a no-brainer to basically make sure that your business is claimed and represented on Google My Business, to make sure that you essentially, when people are searching for you on Google Maps or Google My Business in general, that you are popping up in their local area. Like I say, if you were to type in sort of law firm just into Google Maps, it would come up with a variety of law firms in your area. So if you haven't claimed your profile, you're essentially not appearing on that, and you're not competing within that marketplace. So I think it's very important to, number one, claim it. I think it's very important to make sure that your page is sort of accurate. So in terms, obviously, it's asking for your hours of business. Don't say that you're open on Sunday if you're not open on Sunday, for instance. Yeah. So just make sure that that's relevant, or if you have changed your opening hours, that's consistent, because that can be a bone of contention if someone found you via sort of Googled you and seen that you're open on these hours, and then they've rung you up, for instance, and there's no one there, or they're getting a sort of a message saying please call back later. It's
infuriating.
It's one way to annoy your client base. So make sure it's all up to date. It's good to have some nice attractive imagery on there as well, to just sort of give them a nice impression of your firm from the outset. And then the big thing for Google My Business is having sort of reviews on there, and then preferably lots of good reviews. So I think it's important to make sure that you're proactively gathering reviews from your clients. I think it's very important. For me, it's having, if we're talking about something like conveyancing, for instance, there's sort of a clear journey there. I think particularly at the sort of when clients are completing, that's a great time to sort of get in touch with them. Obviously, sort of congratulations, good luck in your new home, sort of thing. But also say we'd love to hear your feedback, and sort of push them towards making it, not push, but sort of guide them towards encouraging them. Yeah, exactly. To give feedback via a Google review. Now, you can't always guarantee that you're going to get 5-star reviews from them, but you're more likely to get a more positive review if you're soliciting that, because quite often, if someone isn't happy with something, they will seek out and they will proactively make a review anyway. So by talking to everyone, you're usually encouraging a better standard of reviews than if you are just not encouraging them. And then the people who are incredibly happy will get in touch. People who are incredibly angry will get in touch, and they leave reviews. Whereas if you're asking for reviews, people who are leaving 4-star reviews will probably not. They're not necessarily going to seek you out, but if they got a reminder, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, actually, yeah, we had a good experience with them. We'll have to talk about that." Yeah. So I think if you're not sort of asking for those reviews, you are sort of the reviews you're getting are usually going to tip towards the extreme in either direction. So I think it's important that to build a resilience of reviews as well. If you've got a bank of 4 and 5 star reviews or even 3-star reviews, a single 1-star review isn't going to send your average ranking down. Because actually, a lot of time if you're on Google Maps, you're looking for a restaurant, you go on the averages as well in terms of they're a 4.5 average or a 3.5 average. You're probably going to go for the 4.5. So the average of the reviews also matters. Having more reviews builds up your resilience in that area.
Yeah. I mean, who reads the 3-star reviews anyway, right?
Yeah, they're not as no
one reads those. I read the 5 stars, I don't read the 1 star.
But it does have impact on the decision making of a user.
Yes, it does. It does. It absolutely does indeed. Yes, I think you described me earlier as well with the. I literally do a few reviews on Google Business. It's either a 1-star review or a 5-star review. I never do anything in between. And you're absolutely right. That people are, they're going to be inclined. Either those super positive ones are going to be there, and the really negative ones are going to be there. And getting that resilience is only going to come, like you say, by promoting people to leave you a review on your Google My Business profile. Now, Nida, what are ways in which firms can get those reviews?
Yes, definitely, Damien. I would 100% agree with Scott that Google My Business is invaluable for law firms aiming to boost their local SEO. So as we mentioned before, that when potential client actually searches for terms like conveyancing solicitor near me, GMB listings are often the first result they are going to see. So as Scott mentioned, that keeping the profile updated with accurate information like contact details, services hours, or everything, it helps actually clients to easily connect with you. So it's important that we, as a law firm, we encourage clients to leave positive reviews. It can be a game changer. Now, the thing is how we can encourage our clients or our customers to give us positive reviews. I would suggest that our current database is really important and it has a lot of potential. So we can start by segmenting the current database into a number of sections, and then we can create an automation in this regard. There are a number of tools in the internet like MailChimp or other platforms that do provide automation services. So whenever there is one person who have done with their convincing services with your firm, you can send them a thank you email for using your firm and also a link to do the review. You can add a reminder step on the second automatic email so that they get a reminder that they need to give the review about the services because sometimes they simply forget.
Yeah.
As Scott mentioned, that it is easy for people to give a bad review about the services, but to provide the positive reviews, we need to remind our clients, and the automation is best in this way. So, yes, I think there are a number of ways we can encourage our clients to get the review, and this is only for online. If your firm do have physical office, then you can give the physical paperwork to your clients on the reception. It's an old school. I know, I agree, but it does still work.
Yes.
So yeah, these are like few of the options we can use to get clients.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever works best for the firm. Emails is absolutely an amazing way in which to get reviews, but not everyone reads all their emails. And if they're there, at the end of the journey, they're in the office and they're going, "Oh, I've had a great experience." Go, fantastic. Could you jot that down for us? Or one of our member firms, I don't know if they still do, but one of our member firms used to have a tablet on their desk where you could go in and log in and you could go and leave a review, which is a brilliant idea. I'd also suggest as well with that automation, I think you actually already mentioned it, but I just want to go into a little bit more detail, is that you need social proof on your website. That's something that you should be actively seeking out. So to protect your Google My Business score, you can, through that first email, you can ask, how did we do? The negative ones, or the ones that aren't great, then that's something you can individually address, just if there's something that you've failed at some point during that client's journey. But the positive reviews, there could be an automated response saying, thank you for a positive review. Here is a link to our Google My Business profile. It'd be great if you could also leave a review there too. And it's a great way to protect from that email automation, to protect your Google My Business and to give that resilience that you mentioned earlier, Scott. Fantastic. So yes, that's Google My Business review, Google My Business rankings. So we've really been talking about that, the organic side of it so far. We've talked about search rankings. We've talked about some content and content hooks, and also, of course, Google Business rankings as well. So I think the next thing to talk about probably is paid ad campaigns. Now, Nida, we'll go with you first on this. I suppose a lot of people associate paid ad campaigns immediately with Google, but Google isn't just the only platform where you can have ads. There are different channels for different types of ads, right?
That's absolutely right. That's right, that people are actually thinking PPC as a Google ad. Google ad is one of the platform of paid media ads, but it's not only the one platform. There are a number of others like Bing, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, even Pinterest. But of course, the all platforms do perform their own purpose. So for PPC, basically, if you are thinking about having leads and targeting your specific keywords, it's about you are choosing Google for that purpose. So it's about targeting specific keywords like conveyancing solicitor near me, or conveyancing solicitor in London or in Manchester. Then Google Ads is the best platform. These are very customizable, and they can provide forecasting what you're going to get in your target area and everything. On the other hand, if a firm just open a new office or new target area, then they want to create an awareness campaign first. So for that purpose, social media like Facebook, Instagram are really good. People are using display campaigns, having a very colorful or like a targeted image, and creating an awareness campaign all over the target area actually build the people trust in those areas by looking into those ads. And then, of course, the second step from creating awareness is the consideration stage. In the consideration stage, we can go for Google Ads, we can go for Bing Ads, where we are targeting those people who are actually looking for the services. So I think this is actually following down the funnel. And then this consideration stage do convert into a conversion stage when a people click on your ad and go into your landing page and fill a form or make a call or came to your office from that target keyword or target paid ad, then it's in the conversion phase.
Fantastic.
So we can say that, definitely it's the awareness, consideration, and conversion stage.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, Nida. So we've got that funnel, we've got the ads, we've got them coming through to a landing page.
Yeah.
Scott, what sort of content would you advise firms to put on that landing page to help convert that visitor into an inquiry? You're on mute.
You want something very short and enticing. I think it's just having something that is essentially going to wow your potential client. And we talked about social proof a little bit earlier. Having potentially some good reviews from your customers on there, or even just one little sort of testimonial from a customer who may be recently going through the conveyancing journey could be a great thing to include on that landing page. But having strong calls to action, really, making it very clear, like click here and get in touch. get in touch with our expert team, something like that. Really sort of showcase your experience in the area. So, for instance, conveyancing, and sort of kind of and talking about maybe your track record, for instance, in terms of sort of you're established in the local area, can also help in terms of you doing a sort of a local campaign if you are sort of based in Nottingham, say, if you sort of been like servicing the community of Nottingham for 80 years or something, that might be a great way to show that obviously you're established in the local area. Could be a great thing to have in there. But yeah, I think in summary, having a nice sort of short, enticing copy that sort of helps kind of show the client who you are in a nutshell, and you can help them.
And it's not one size fits all, right? You could have different landing pages for different types of buyers. So you could have your first-time buyer, where you'd have a guide for
like shared ownership
process. Yeah. You might answer it could be what is a conveyancer could be on that page if it's if they don't I don't think I knew what a conveyancer was until I actually got into the whole moving house process. I was like, someone said you need conveyancer. I was like, brilliant. What's one of those? I hadn't automatically known that they were a solicitor that specialises in property. So yes, we've got those landing pages that we should try to convert. Then of course there are blogs as well that can help bring people to your site. We've talked, Scott. We've talked quite a lot about blogs in other podcasts. But what's the importance, or why should a firm actively have blogs about conveyancing on their site?
Well, I think from a first perspective, to help make sure that your firm is discoverable, you want to sort of make sure that you are creating blogs around sort of key conveyancing topics, or putting yourself in the shoes of your potential clients. What sort of questions do they have going into the conveyancing journey that you might want to create blogs about? So stuff like, what does a conveyancer do? You obviously mentioned, David, what I don't know what a conveyancer is. Sort of breaking down sort of common client misconceptions or questions they have in those areas could be a great topic for a blog. I think it's important to have blogs that are relevant and that target keywords, because with the keywords you're essentially getting hopefully you're going to be quite high up on the Google rankings for those search terms. But also once they actually are have traveled through to your page, you want to make sure that the content is good enough to showcase your expertise, that's relevant to the sort of questions they have, and builds up the sort of the trust in the client that they're in a position that they feel justified in instructing your firm to handle their case. So essentially it's discoverability, and it's also relevance, and the quality of the content once they're on there, I think, is key for blogging. And that's a great blog, and having sort of regular organic content going onto your website, such as blog, is a great way to facilitate both things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So we've talked, getting those regular blogs on your site is great. We've talked about that previously in other podcasts as well. Nida, you are a digital marketing specialist, and we've mentioned keywords a few times. So for our listeners, could you explain what keywords are, and then can you then link that back into blogging and sort of talk about long tail keywords as well for us, please?
Yes, sure. And so now I would say that if we want to know what keywords are, then we need to think from a customer point of view. So if I'm a person who is going to, or I'm a person who is going to think about purchasing a new home as a first-time buyer, then I need to think what I'm thinking, what a customer is thinking. I'm going to the my mobile or my desktop, and I would write convincing solicitor near me. I know I'm going to need a solicitor, convincing solicitor near me. So this particular search term that a customer is typing and looking for the services is known as keyword. This is a keyword that customer is typing on the internet on a keyboard on a mobile. now the important thing is now customer is not only typing one keyword. There are number of matching keywords related to one service. For example, it can be conveyancing solicitor in London. It is like local keyword. It can be like conveyancing solicitor near me. Again, it's a local keyword. Or it can be an intent of customer, can be an information. For example, a customer can only want to know about the information. For example, he want to know what is the difference between solicitor and a conveyancer. So in this way, the intent of the customer is not only to connect with the solicitor, but to know more about the difference. Or he can type that what is the how much a convincing solicitor cost. So these are also known as the long tail keyword, and blogging is a powerful tool for law firms to capture leads and boost their local SEO to capture those long tail keywords. For legal services like conveyancing, blog posts can be used to answer these common client questions. These actually addresses their concerns and demystify their complex topic into this smaller one. As a digital marketing officer, I know that Google do have recommended guidelines towards keyword stuffing. We always say that add your well-searched keyword in your services pages, but in most cases, Google recommend to only include 2 to 3% keyword in your whole content. So you cannot type every kind of question keyword in your one service page. So here is the point when blogs actually really help you to improve your SEO. So these are like an opportunity to rank for specific questions and search terms that clients might be typing into Google. So yes, I mean, also blogs are something that you can update every month. It can be used to update your website. It's not in the same of service pages. You cannot update your services pages every time, every month. It is not. But blogging and the different section of the blogging can be created in different ways. So it's like kind of building authority and trust towards your clients.
Absolutely. Yes, trust and authority is definitely something that you can achieve through regular blogging. Fantastic. We're just coming to the end of our podcast. If you want to know more about how to get more conveyancing inquiries, in the description for both the podcast and the video, there will be a link to our latest article about the subject. And Scott, Nida, I want to thank you both for being excellent hosts or co-hosts on our episode this week. And I want to thank you for tuning in to this episode of QS Waves. We hope you found these insights helpful and will help you in your marketing efforts going forward. Don't forget to visit our website, which is www.growwithqs.com, for more resources and information and how we can help your firm grow. If you have any questions or need any further assistance, feel free to reach out to us at our email address, which is marketing@qualitysolicitors.com. And until next time, keep those marketing strategies going. Bye-bye for now.